Far away from any city, deep in the wide open lands of the United States, there was a long highway that stretched endlessly across the desert. It had no name on most maps. No signboards that people remembered. Just a quiet road, cutting through miles of empty land. During the day, it looked ordinary. The sun would shine over the asphalt, heating it until the air above shimmered like water. Dry wind moved slowly across the land, carrying dust and small grains of sand. On both sides of the road, there was nothing but open desert, low bushes, and scattered rocks. Sometimes, a car would pass. A normal car, a driver inside, music playing softly, and then it would be gone. Nothing unusual, nothing strange. But the highway was not known for its daytime. It was the night that made it different. As the sun slowly disappeared behind the horizon, the sky changed color. Orange, then pink, then deep blue, and finally, black. The desert cooled down, the wind softened, and silence began to spread. A kind of silence that felt deeper than usual. Not empty, just still. Very still. That was when the highway began to change. At first, it was almost impossible to notice. A faint glow would appear far away. Tiny points of light, barely visible, like distant stars, but lower, closer to the ground. Then slowly, those lights would grow brighter and clearer. They were headlights. Cars. One car, then another, all appearing from the same far distance, all moving along the highway, all perfectly aligned. At first, everything still seemed normal. Cars drove at night all the time. There was nothing strange about that. But if someone stood there long enough and watched carefully, they would begin to notice something unusual. The cars never slowed down, not even slightly, no matter how long they traveled. No matter how empty the road was, their speed remained exactly the same. Steady, smooth, unchanging. There were no sudden movements, no overtaking, no turning, just a straight, endless motion. Like they were following something invisible. And then there was something even stranger. The sound. or rather, the lack of it normally. Cars made noise. Engines hummed. Tires rolled against the road. Wind rushed past. But here, there was almost nothing. Only a very soft, distant hum. So soft that it felt more like a memory of sound than actual noise. If you listened carefully, you could almost hear it. But never clearly, never fully. The cars moved like shadows of motion. Present, but quiet. Real, but distant. As the night grew deeper, more cars appeared. Dozens of them. All with headlights on, all moving in the same direction. All keeping the same distance from each other. It looked almost like a pattern. A slow, endless rhythm. Light, moving through darkness. Again, and again, and again. The desert around the highway remained unchanged. The same dry land, the same scattered bushes, the same quiet sky filled with stars. But the highway itself felt different, almost separate, like it belonged to another place. If you stood far away and watched the road, you would see a long line of lights stretching into the distance. Never ending, never breaking, just flowing, like a calm river of light. Sometimes, the wind would pass across the road. Soft, gentle, carrying a little dust. But even the dust didn't disturb the cars. It simply moved around them, as if the cars were not fully part of the same world. There were no brake lights. No sudden stops, no hesitation, just motion, constant motion. Hours would pass. The moon would rise higher in the sky. Stars would shift slowly, but the highway remained the same. And the cars kept moving. If someone tried to count them, they would lose track. Because there was no beginning, and no end. Sometimes, a single car would look slightly different. Maybe a different shape. Maybe a slightly dimmer light, but it would still move the same way, at the same speed, in the same direction. There were no drivers visible. Not clearly. The windows looked dark, almost too dark, as if they were reflecting nothing. But still, the cars moved, and the longer you watched, the more peaceful it felt. There was something calming about it, the steady rhythm, the silence, The unchanging motion. It didn't feel fast. It didn't feel slow. It just felt constant. Like watching waves, or rain falling, or leaves drifting in the wind. Your thoughts would begin to slow down. Your breathing would become softer. The world outside the highway would fade. And all that remained was the gentle movement of light. Car after car, light after light, moving forward, without stopping, and somewhere in that endless flow, it began to feel like time itself had slowed. Not stopped, not frozen, just softer. The night grew deeper, the air cooler, the stars brighter, and still, the cars kept moving. Endlessly, as if they were going somewhere, but never arriving. And if you stayed there long enough, watching quietly, you might begin to wonder, were the cars moving through the night? Or was the night moving around them? The highway continued through the silent desert. Night had fully settled now. The sky above was deep and clear, filled with countless stars stretching endlessly in every direction. The moon hung quietly above the horizon, casting a faint silver light over the empty land. But the highway did not need the moon. It had its own light. A long, endless flow of headlights moving forward. Steady, unbroken, calm. The cars continued just as before. Same speed, same distance, same direction. Nothing changed. And yet, something felt different. If you watched closely, you might begin to notice a pattern. Not immediately, not all at once, but slowly, gently, like something revealing itself over time. Dash 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 dot. The lights didn't just move randomly. They followed a rhythm, a quiet rhythm. One car, a small gap, then another, then a slightly longer gap, then two cars, almost close together. Then again, a space. It repeated, not perfectly, not exactly, but close enough that your mind began to recognize it. A pattern of movement, a pattern of light. Dash 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 dot. The more you watched, the more it became familiar, comforting, even. It felt almost like breathing in and out, light and space. The desert around the highway remained still. Low bushes barely moved in the soft wind. The sand rested quietly under the night sky. Nothing disturbed the calm. But the highway, it continued. Always moving. Dash 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 dot. The cars passed one after another. None of them slowing. None of them turning. None of them stopping. If you focused on just one car, you could follow it for a long time. Its headlights steady, its motion smooth. But after a while, something strange would happen. It would begin to feel like the car wasn't moving at all. Dash 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 dot. The background didn't change much. The desert looked the same in every direction. Dark land, soft shadows, distant hills. The car moved forward, but everything else looked still. Dash 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 dot. And slowly, your mind would begin to shift. Was the car moving forward? Or was the world moving backward? It was a quiet question. A soft thought. But once it appeared, it stayed. The longer you watched, the harder it became to answer. Because nothing around the highway seemed to change. The same trees. The same rocks. The same empty land. Only the lights moved, and even they moved in the same way. Again and again, the sound remained just as soft. A low hum, barely there, like distant wind passing through something unseen. Sometimes, if you listened carefully, it almost sounded like a rhythm too. Not loud enough to hear clearly, but just enough to feel. A steady, quiet vibration. The cars continued passing, endless, uninterrupted. If you tried to focus on where they came from, you would see only darkness. Far in the distance. No starting point. No beginning. And if you tried to see where they were going, the same thing. Darkness. Endless. It was as if the highway existed only in the middle. No start. No end. Just motion. The moon slowly climbed higher in the sky. Its light spread gently across the desert. But the headlights remained brighter. Stronger, more constant. They created a path, a glowing line through the darkness. Sometimes, the wind would pick up slightly. A soft gust moving across the road, carrying a little dust. The dust would drift across the headlights. For a moment, the light would scatter, creating soft glowing shapes in the air. Dash 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 dot. Then the dust would settle, and everything would return to normal. Nothing disturbed the flow. The pattern continued. Light, gap, light, gap, double light. Space. Again, and again. It became soothing, predictable. Your thoughts would slow down without you realizing it. The world would feel quieter, softer. Dash 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 dot. Even time itself felt different here. Minutes didn't feel like minutes. Hours didn't feel like hours. There was no urgency, no rush, just the gentle repetition of motion. Dash 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 dot. The highway didn't ask for attention. It didn't demand anything. It simply continued, and that made it peaceful. The cars passed, one by one, in their quiet rhythm. The stars above shifted slowly across the sky. The moon moved higher. The night grew deeper. But the highway remained unchanged. Dash 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 dot. Always the same. Always moving. And the longer you watched, the more it felt like you were part of it. Not standing beside it, not separate from it. Dash 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 dot, but gently connected to its rhythm. Your breathing matched the flow. Your thoughts followed the pattern. Light and space, movement and stillness. Dash 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 dot. And somewhere within that quiet repetition, a feeling began to grow. A soft realization. This highway was not just a road. It was something more. Dash 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 dot. Something that didn't follow normal rules. Something that didn't belong entirely to the world around it. But it didn't feel dangerous. It didn't feel wrong. Dash 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 dot. It felt calm, almost welcoming, like a place meant to be watched, not understood. And as the cars continued moving endlessly into the night, the pattern remained, unbroken, unchanging, light after light, drifting forward through silence. And somewhere deep within that endless motion, The question returned once again. Was anything really moving? Or had everything else simply become still? Highway remained the same. Silent. Endless. Calm. The night stretched on without change, and the steady flow of headlights continued moving forward through the darkness. Car after car, light after light, always the same. The pattern continued, soft, unbroken, almost like it had always been there. The desert around the highway stayed still. No sudden wind, no movement in the distance. Just quiet land resting under a sky full of stars. And yet, something began to feel different. Not in the cars. Not in the road, but in the way everything was being seen. If you focused on one car again, just one, and followed it carefully, you would begin to notice something unusual. At first, it looked normal. The car moved forward, its headlights steady, its motion smooth. But after a while, the distance it covered didn't seem to matter. The surroundings didn't change. The same stretch of road. The same shape of land. The same silence. It was as if the car was moving, but never actually going anywhere. A quiet thought. Soft. Almost unnoticeable. But once it appeared, it stayed. The car kept moving, but nothing around it changed. No new landmarks. No turns. No signs. Just the same road. Again. And again. If you looked far ahead, the headlights in the distance looked identical. Same brightness. Same spacing. Same motion. And if you looked behind, the same thing. It didn't feel like a long road anymore. It felt like a repeating moment. A loop. But not a sudden loop. Not something sharp or obvious. A gentle loop. So smooth that it was almost invisible. The cars didn't turn around. They didn't restart. They simply continued. And yet, it felt like they had already passed before. Like you had already seen them. The same light. The same distance. The same movement. Over and over. The highway wasn't changing. because it wasn't moving forward. It was repeating. The realization didn't come quickly. It arrived slowly, like the quiet rhythm of the road itself. The more you watched, the clearer it became. The cars were not traveling across distance. They were traveling through the same moment. Again and again, the soft hum in the air continued. Low, gentle, almost like a heartbeat, a steady pulse that never changed. Dash 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 dot. The pattern of lights matched it. Light, gap, light, gap, again and again. Everything was connected. The movement, the sound, the silence, all part of the same quiet loop. Dash 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 dot. The desert around the highway felt even more still now, almost untouched. As if time outside the road was slower. Or maybe not moving at all. The stars above remained in place. The moon seemed to pause in the sky. Nothing rushed. Nothing shifted. Only the cars moved. And even that movement was no longer about going forward. It was about continuing. The difference was subtle, but important. Forward meant change, distance, progress. But this was something else. This was motion without destination, a path without an end, a journey without arrival. The cars continued driving, one after another, but now, it didn't feel like they were heading somewhere. It felt like they were part of something. Something repeating. Something calm. Something endless. If you stayed there longer, watching quietly, letting the rhythm settle into your thoughts, your sense of time would begin to fade. Dash 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 dot. Minutes felt softer. Moments stretched gently. The idea of before and after became less clear. There was only now, and now kept repeating. Dash 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 dot. The highway didn't change, because it didn't need to. It had already found its perfect rhythm. A rhythm so steady that nothing could break it. Dash 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 dot. Not the wind, not the night, not even time itself. And somewhere within that endless loop, a quiet question began to form. If the cars were not moving forward, and the road was not changing. Then what was really happening? Was the highway trapped in a loop? Or was it simply the only place where time moved differently? The cars continued, unaware, unchanging, their headlights cutting through the darkness. Again and again, the loop remained, soft, invisible, perfect. And the longer you watched, the more natural it felt, as if it had always been this way, as if it was meant to be this way. The highway where cars never stop was not endless because it went on forever. It was endless because it never moved forward at all. The highway continued, unchanged, unbroken, calm. The endless line of headlights moved forward through the dark desert, just as they always had. Car after car, light after light, following the same quiet rhythm. But now, the stillness around the highway felt different. It was deeper, heavier, more noticeable. The desert, which had always been quiet, now felt almost frozen. The wind had slowed, so much that it barely moved at all. The air rested gently over the land, as if it had decided not to travel any further. The small bushes along the roadside stood completely still. Their thin branches did not sway. Their leaves did not shift. Even the sand seemed settled in place. Nothing moved, except the cars. The contrast became clearer. Movement on the road. Stillness everywhere else. It felt like two different worlds existing side by side. The highway, and everything around it. If you focused away from the road and looked into the distance, the land stretched out quietly under the night sky. Low hills rested far away. Faint shadows covered the ground. The stars above remained bright and steady, but something about it all felt paused, as if time outside the highway had slowed down too much. Or perhaps stopped completely. The moon hung in the sky, but it no longer seemed to move. It stayed in the same place, unchanging. Its soft light touched the desert, but even that light felt still. Dash 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 dot. No shifting shadows. No slow movement across the ground. Just quiet, unmoving shapes. The highway, however, did not follow that stillness. The cars kept moving, steady, smooth, endless. Their headlights continued cutting through the darkness, creating a gentle line of motion through a world that had almost stopped. Dash 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 dot. The pattern remained. Light, gap, light, gap, again, and again. It became even more calming now, because nothing interrupted it. No wind, no sound, no change, only the soft rhythm of moving lights. If you listened carefully, even the faint hum of the cars felt clearer. Not louder, just more present. Dash 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 dot. A low, steady vibration in the air. It didn't echo. It didn't fade. It simply stayed, like the heartbeat of the highway, and everything else stayed quiet. The longer you observed this contrast, the more it began to feel natural. The stillness wasn't strange anymore. It felt peaceful. Dash 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 dot. Like the world had decided to rest. And the highway was the only thing left awake. The cars continued passing, each one exactly like the last. Dash 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 dot. No differences, no changes, just steady motion. If you looked far into the distance, the headlights seemed to stretch forever. A glowing line disappearing into darkness. Dash 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 dot. And yet, it never got closer. It never reached an end. The same lights remained, always, as if the distance itself wasn't real, as if the highway existed in its own space. Dash 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 dot. Separate from everything else. The desert did not follow it, the sky did not affect it. It simply existed, and continued. The stillness around it became even deeper. It felt like the world had slowed down so much that even time had forgotten to move. But the highway did not forget. It kept going. Not fast. Not slow. Just constant. The feeling grew stronger that the highway was not part of the still world around it. It was something else. Something independent. Something that carried its own time, its own rhythm, its own quiet existence. And yet, it did not feel distant. It felt calm. Almost comforting. Like something you could watch forever without needing to understand. The cars continued moving endlessly. The still desert remained around them, unchanging. The moon stayed in place. The stars held their positions. Nothing shifted. Nothing moved. Except the highway. And as the night continued, the difference between movement and stillness became clearer than ever before. One flowed, one rested, and both existed together, without disturbing each other. The highway did not break the stillness. It moved through it gently, quietly, like a thought passing through a silent mind. And the longer you watched, the more peaceful it became, because nothing needed to change, nothing needed to happen. Everything was already exactly as it was meant to be. The still world and the moving highway, together, forever. The highway continued through the silent desert. Nothing had changed. The cars still moved in their endless line. The desert still rested in perfect stillness. The sky above remained quiet and unmoving. And yet, there was something new. Not something you could see. Not something you could touch. Something you could only notice if you listened. The sound. It had always been there. That soft, distant hum. was a quiet that it almost felt imagined. But now, it was easier to notice. Not louder. Not sharper. Just clearer. The more still the world became, the more the sound revealed itself. A low vibration, steady, unbroken. It didn't come from one car or one place. It came from all of them. Together, a single sound made of many quiet motions. If you focused on it, it felt almost like a rhythm. Dash 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 dot. Not music. Not a melody. Just a constant tone. Soft and endless. The cars continued moving, light after light, perfectly spaced. And the sound followed them. Or maybe the sound was leading them. It was difficult to tell, because the sound never changed. It didn't rise. It didn't fall. It simply stayed. The desert around the highway remained silent. No wind, no rustling, no distant echoes, only the hum, and the longer you listened, the more it filled the space around you. Not in a loud way, in a quiet way, a way that made everything else feel even more still. The stars above seemed to rest deeper in the sky. The moon held its place without movement. The world outside the highway felt almost asleep, and the sound felt like the only thing awake. The cars continued their motion, endless, unchanging, and with each passing moment, the hum remained steady. It began to feel familiar, comforting, like something that had always been there. Dash 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 dot. Something that didn't need attention. It simply existed. If you stopped trying to understand it, and just listened, your thoughts would begin to slow. Dash 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 dot. The rhythm of the sound would gently settle into your mind, matching your breathing, soft, even. The movement of the cars and the sound in the air felt connected. dash 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 dot, light and hum, motion and tone. Together, they created something calm, something simple, something that didn't need change. Time passed, but it didn't feel like passing. The sound stayed the same. No beginning, no end, just a quiet presence. Even the idea of silence began to change. Dash 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 dot, because this sound was not breaking the silence. It was part of it, a deeper layer of quiet. The cars continued moving through the night, their headlights steady, their motion smooth, and the hum followed, always. If you listened long enough, it almost felt like the sound was not coming from the highway at all. Dash 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 dot. It felt like it was coming from the space around it, or even from the moment itself. A constant tone inside a repeating time. The realization didn't feel strange. Dash 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 dot. It felt natural, because everything here was simple. Nothing needed to change. Nothing needed to stop. The highway moved. The desert rested. The sound remained. Three things, always the same, and together, they created a quiet world. A world where motion never ended. Stillness never broke. And sound never faded. The hum continued. Soft. Endless. And as the night stretched on, it became impossible to imagine the highway without it. Because the sound was not separate. It was part of the road, part of the cars, part of the loop, part of everything. And it would stay, just like the motion, just like the stillness, forever. The highway continued through the silent desert. Nothing had changed, and yet everything felt deeper. The cars still moved forward, endless, unbroken, calm. Their headlights stretched into the distance like a flowing river of light. Steady, soft, never stopping. The night remained quiet, the desert still, the sky unmoving, But the lights began to feel different. At first, it was a small detail, something easy to miss: the brightness. Each headlight shone with the same steady glow. Not too bright, not too dim, but if you watched carefully, very carefully, you would notice something unusual. Dash 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 dot. The lights never changed, not even slightly. They didn't flicker, they didn't fade, they didn't shift, no matter how long they moved through the night. Dash 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 dot. In a normal world, lights would change. They would grow dim over distance. They would blur in motion. They would flicker slightly as they passed through air and dust. Dash 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 dot. But here, none of that happened. Each light remained perfect, clear, steady, unaffected, even as the cars moved farther away. The brightness stayed the same. Distance did not change them. It was as if the lights were not bound by space. Dash 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 dot. Or time. They simply existed, constant. The more you noticed this, the more peaceful it felt. There was something calming about a light that never faded. Dash 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 dot. Something reassuring about a glow that never weakened. The cars continued moving, their headlights forming a long, endless line. And every light remained exactly as it was. The desert around the highway stayed still, the sand unmoving, the bushes quiet. The sky above held its place. The stars fixed in their positions. Nothing shifted, nothing changed, except the motion of the cars. And even that motion was becoming something else. Dash 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 dot. It no longer felt like movement through space. It felt like a steady presence, a continuous flow that existed without beginning or end. The lights became part of that feeling. dash 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 dot. They were no longer just headlights. They were markers of the loop. Points of calm. Each one identical. Each one constant. If you focused on a single light, you could follow it endlessly. It would never grow dim, never disappear. It would remain exactly as it was. And after a while, you might begin to feel like it wasn't moving at all. Dash 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 dot. Like it was staying in the same place, while everything else gently shifted around it. The idea of distance faded. Near and far felt the same. Dash 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 dot. Because every light looked identical. The farthest point looked just as clear as the closest. The highway stretched on, but it didn't feel long. Dash 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 dot. It felt infinite, not because it extended far, but because it had no change. The lights created a path, but it wasn't leading anywhere. It simply existed. Dash 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 dot. A quiet line through the stillness. The hum in the air continued. Soft. Endless. It matched the lights perfectly. Steady tone. Steady glow. Together, they formed a calm rhythm. Light and sound, motion and stillness, everything balanced, nothing disturbed. The longer you stayed, the more the lights felt familiar. Dash 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 dot. Not something to observe, something to rest in. Your thoughts slowed, your breathing softened. The repetition became soothing, the unchanging glow became comforting. There was no surprise. No sudden shift, just calm continuity. The cars continued moving, endlessly, their headlights shining without change. Dash 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 dot. The desert remained still. The sky unmoving. The world outside the highway felt distant now, less important, because here, everything was simple. Dash 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 dot. Everything was steady. Everything was calm. The lights never faded, and because they never faded, they never left. They stayed, just like the motion, just like the silence, just like the sound, all of it together, endless, unchanging, peaceful. The highway where cars never stop was not just a road. Dash 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 dot. It was a place where nothing faded. Not light, not motion, not time. And as the night continued, the glowing line of headlights stretched on forever. Dash 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 dot. Clear, steady, infinite. The highway continued, endless, silent, calm. The long line of headlights moved forward through the dark desert, just as it always had. Nothing had stopped. Nothing had changed. And yet, something new began to be felt. Not in the cars, not in the sound, not even in the light, but in the space between everything. Dash 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 dot. Distance. At first, it was only a quiet observation. The cars were always spaced the same way. One light, a small gap, another light, then a slightly longer gap. Then sometimes two lights close together. The pattern repeated, soft, predictable. But now, the distance itself began to feel different. It no longer felt like something measured. Dash 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 dot. It felt fixed, unchanging. If you watched two cars, just two, you would notice that the space between them never grew smaller, never grew larger. Dash 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 dot. No matter how long you observed, they didn't come closer, they didn't drift apart, they stayed exactly where they were, moving, but never changing position. Dash 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 dot. It was a quiet contradiction. Motion without shift. Travel without approach. The idea settled slowly, like everything else here. The highway was not just repeating time. Dash 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 dot. It was holding distance perfectly. Every car remained exactly where it belonged. Every gap stayed the same. nothing adjusted, nothing corrected. Dash 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 dot. There was no need, because everything was already in place. The desert around the highway remained still, unmoving, silent. The sky above held its stars in the same quiet pattern. The moon rested without shifting. Everything outside the road stayed frozen. But even on the highway, something had stopped. Not the movement. Dash 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 dot. But the change within the movement. The cars still moved forward, their headlights steady, their motion smooth, but the space between them remained untouched. Dash 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 dot. As if the highway had decided the distance should stay the same. Forever, if you followed one car closely, and watched the one in front of it. Dash 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 dot. You would expect the distance to slowly change. But it never did, no matter how long you watched. No matter how still everything else became. Dash 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 dot. The gap remained perfect. Exact, unchanging. It was not controlled, not adjusted. It simply was. The pattern of light and space became even more calming now. Dash 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 dot. Because there was no uncertainty, nothing unexpected, nothing shifting. The rhythm was complete. Light, space, light, space. Perfectly balanced. Dash 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 dot. The hum in the air continued. Soft, steady. It matched the spacing. Each light, each gap. Part of the same quiet system. Everything worked together. Dash 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 dot. Not by force, not by design, but by nature, a natural stillness within motion. The longer you watched, the more the idea of distance began to fade. Dash 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 dot. Near and far lost meaning. Because nothing changed. Everything remained where it was. Even as it moved, the highway stretched into the distance. But it didn't feel far. It felt constant. The same here, the same there. No difference. The headlights in the distance looked no smaller, no dimmer. They remained exactly like the ones nearby. Clear, steady, unfading. The illusion of space disappeared. Only the pattern remained, a repeating line of light and stillness. If you stayed long enough, even the idea of movement began to soften. Because without change, movement lost its meaning. What was moving? The cars. Or the moment itself. It became difficult to tell. Because everything felt fixed. And yet, nothing had stopped. The cars continued their silent journey. The lights continued their steady glow. The hum continued its quiet tone. But distance no longer mattered. It had been removed. Or perhaps it had never truly existed here. The highway was not about reaching somewhere. It was not about traveling across space. It was about maintaining balance. Perfect balance. Light and gap. Motion and stillness. Sound and silence. Everything held in place. Nothing falling out of rhythm. Nothing shifting away. The desert remained still. The sky unmoving. The highway continued, and the distance between everything stayed exactly the same. Forever. The highway continued through the silent desert. Endless. Unbroken. Calm. The cars still moved in their perfect rhythm, headlights glowing in a steady line that stretched beyond sight. The distance between them remained unchanged. The sound in the air remained soft and constant. Everything was exactly as it had been. And yet, something subtle began to shift. Not in the cars, not in the light, not in the distance, but in time itself. At first, it was almost impossible to notice. A feeling, nothing more. A quiet sense that moments were becoming longer. Not stretched, not distorted, just slower. If you watched the highway carefully, you would see the cars moving as they always had. Smooth, steady, unhurried. But now, that movement felt softer, less like something passing, and more like something staying. A single second began to feel deeper. Not heavier, not longer in a measurable way, but fuller, as if each moment held more silence inside it. The hum in the air continued, soft, even, but it now felt spaced differently. Not faster, not slower, just more noticeable between beats. The quiet spaces between the sound felt wider. Like pauses that gently stretched. The lights on the highway continued glowing. Perfect, unchanging, but the way they moved felt different. Each car seemed to take its time crossing the road. Not delayed, not slowed in speed, but softened in experience, like watching something through calm water. The desert remained still. No wind, no motion. The sky above stayed fixed. The stars untouched. The moon steady. Everything held its place. And time seemed to rest inside that stillness. If you focused on a single moment, you could stay there longer. Not physically, but mentally. It didn't slip away as quickly as before. It allowed you to remain, to observe, to feel the quiet more deeply. The cars passed, but they didn't feel like they were passing. They felt like they were always there. The idea of before and after began to fade. There was only now, a continuous present, unbroken. The rhythm of the highway remained the same. light, gap, light, gap. But the flow of that rhythm became gentler, less like movement, more like breathing, slow, even, endless. The hum matched this feeling perfectly. Dash 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 dot. It didn't rush. It didn't change. It simply existed within each moment. And each moment now felt like it had more space, more silence. More calm. Time no longer felt like something moving forward. It felt like something expanding, like a quiet room growing wider without changing shape. Dash 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 dot. The longer you stayed, the more natural it felt. There was no urgency, no pressure, nothing waiting, nothing arriving. The highway didn't lead anywhere. Dash 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 dot. It simply existed within this slow, endless time. The cars didn't chase the future. They moved within the present, a present that never ended. Dash 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 dot. Even the idea of waiting disappeared, because nothing was coming. Everything was already here. The desert held its stillness. The sky held its silence. Dash 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 dot. The highway held its motion, and time held everything together. Slow, calm, unchanging. If you tried to measure it, you couldn't, because it didn't behave like time anymore. Dash 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 dot. It didn't move in steps. It didn't pass. It stayed. Each moment layered gently over the next, not replacing it, but resting beside it. Dash 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 dot. Creating a continuous calm. The lights continued glowing. The cars continued moving. The hum continued softly. And time continued, not forward. Dash 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 dot. But outward, expanding into stillness, becoming part of the quiet world, a world where nothing rushed, nothing faded, nothing ended, the highway where cars never stopped. was not just endless in distance. It was endless in time. A place where every moment stayed. And as the night continued, time itself slowed into silence. Dash 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 dot. Soft. Endless. Peaceful. The highway continued through the silent desert. Endless. Calm. Unchanging. The cars moved in their steady rhythm, headlights glowing in a perfect line. The distance between them remained the same. Time itself had slowed into a soft, endless present. Everything was still. Everything was balanced. And yet, there was something that had always been there. Something that had never left. The sound. At first, it had seemed simple. A quiet hum. Soft. Steady. Easy to ignore. But now, it began to feel different. Not louder. Not sharper. But deeper. The hum was always there, beneath everything. Dash 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 dot. Under the movement of the cars. Under the glow of the lights. Under the stillness of the desert. It did not begin. It did not end. It simply existed. Dash 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 dot. If you listened carefully, you would notice something unusual. The sound never changed. Not even slightly. No rise. No fall. No variation. Dash 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 dot. It remained perfectly steady. A continuous tone. Unbroken. It didn't react to anything. Not to movement. Not to distance. Not even to time. Dash 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 dot. It stayed exactly the same. And yet, the more you listened, the more it revealed. At first, it felt like a single sound. But slowly, you began to hear layers. Dash 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 dot. Very soft. Very subtle. Almost hidden. A low tone beneath the main hum. A faint vibration above it. Tiny shifts that weren't really changes, but different parts of the same endless sound. like a quiet chord, always playing, always complete. The highway moved through this sound. Or perhaps the sound held the highway inside it. It was difficult to tell, because everything seemed connected to it. The cars moved in rhythm with the hum. Dash 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 dot. Their motion matched its steady flow. The lights glowed with the same consistency. Even the distance between cars felt aligned with it. Perfect spacing. Perfect timing. Everything fit within the sound. The desert remained silent, but it didn't feel empty, because the hum filled that silence. Dash 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 dot. Gently, completely, the sky above held its stillness. The stars did not move, but even they felt part of the sound, as if the hum reached beyond the highway. Dash 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 dot. Beyond the desert, into everything. The longer you listened, the more the sound became familiar, comforting. It didn't demand attention. Dash 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 dot. It didn't distract. It simply stayed, like a constant presence, a quiet reassurance. Nothing would change. Nothing would break the rhythm. Dash 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 dot. The hum would continue forever. If you focus deeply, you might begin to feel it differently. Not just as something you hear, but something you feel. Dash 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 dot. A soft vibration, calm, even, spreading through everything. The air, the ground, the space between moments. It wasn't loud. It wasn't overwhelming. Dash 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 dot. It was gentle, but constant, unavoidable. In a peaceful way, the cars continued moving. The lights continued glowing, and the sound continued. Without pause, without end, it became clear that the sound was not part of the highway. The highway was part of the sound. Everything existed within it. Dash 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 dot. The motion, the stillness, the time, the distance, all held together by this endless hum. If the sound stopped, everything else might stop too. But it never did. It had no beginning, no ending. It simply was. The longer you stayed, the more the sound felt like the center of everything. The quiet core, the steady presence that held the world in place. It didn't guide, it didn't control, it simply allowed everything to remain as it was. Dash 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 dot. Perfect. Unchanging. The desert stayed still. The sky stayed silent. The highway continued endlessly, and the sound never left. It didn't grow. It didn't fade. It remained exactly as it had always been. Soft, steady, infinite. The highway where cars never stop was not just a place of motion. Dash 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 dot. It was a place of sound. A sound that never ends. And as the night continued, that endless hum carried everything forward. Not through time. Dash 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 dot. But through stillness. Calm. Unbroken. Peaceful. The highway continued through the silent desert. Endless. Calm. Unchanging. The cars moved in their perfect rhythm. The lights glowed without fading. The distance stayed fixed. Time rested in a slow, endless present. The soft hum filled everything. Nothing had shifted. Nothing had broken. Everything remained exactly as it had been. Dash 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 dot. And yet, there was something far ahead. Something that had always been there. The horizon. At first, it had seemed ordinary, a distant line. Dash 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 dot. Where the dark road met the darker sky. A quiet edge. But now, it began to feel different. Not closer, not clearer, just present, always present. Dash 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 dot. If you looked far down the highway, past the endless line of headlights, you would see it, a faint boundary, a place where everything seemed to meet. The road, the sky, the light, all touching at one silent point. But no matter how long you watched, that point never moved. The cars continued forward, endlessly, and yet, they never reached it. The horizon stayed exactly where it was. It didn't come closer. It didn't grow larger. It didn't shift. It remained fixed in the distance, unreachable. The idea settled slowly, like everything else on this highway. Movement did not lead forward. Distance did not close. Time did not push anything ahead. Everything simply remained. The cars moved, but they did not approach. The lights stretched out, but they did not connect. The horizon stayed untouched, perfectly still. If you focused on a single car, and followed it with your eyes, you might expect it to slowly reach that distant line. But it never did. It continued moving, yet the space between it and the horizon remained the same. Forever. The pattern repeated endlessly. Movement without arrival. Journey without destination. The desert remained still around it. Silent. Unmoving. The sky above held its shape. The stars fixed. The darkness unchanged. And the horizon stayed where it was. A quiet reminder that nothing here moved forward in the way you expect. The hum in the air continued. Soft. Endless. It seemed to stretch toward the horizon. But even it never reached. It simply filled the space between. The lights continued glowing. Clear. Steady. They formed a path toward that distant line. But the path never ended. because the horizon never came closer. Dash 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 dot. It was not something to reach. It was something to exist with. A constant edge. A silent boundary that never changed. The longer you stayed, the less it felt like something far away, and more like something always there. Not distant, just fixed. The idea of arrival faded. There was nowhere to go. Dash 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 dot. Nothing to reach. Nothing waiting at the end. Because there was no end. The highway didn't lead to the horizon. It existed alongside it. Dash 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 dot. Endlessly. The cars moved. The lights glowed. The sound continued. But the horizon stayed exactly as it was. Unchanged. If you watched long enough, you might begin to feel something else. A calm acceptance. There was no need to reach anything. No need to arrive. Everything was already complete. Dash 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 dot. The motion. The stillness. The sound. The light. All of it existed perfectly, without needing an end. The horizon became part of that feeling. Not a destination, but a quiet presence. A line that held the world in place. Without moving. Without changing. The desert remained still. The sky remained silent. The highway continued endlessly, and the horizon never came closer. It stayed, just like everything else, unmoving, unfading. A silent edge to an infinite calm. The highway where cars never stop was not a path towards something. It was a place where nothing needed to be reached. Dash 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 dot. And as the night continued, the distant horizon remained exactly where it had always been. Quiet, still, forever out of reach. The highway continued through the desert, endless, still, unchanging. The cars moved in their steady rhythm. The lights remained clear and constant. The distance between everything stayed perfect. time rested, slow and wide. The soft hum continued without end. The horizon remained far, never closer. Everything was as it had always been. Dash 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 dot. And yet, something deeper began to be felt. Not something new, something that had always been there, but not fully noticed. The silence. At first, it seemed simple. Just the absence of sound. A quiet space around the highway. The desert held it, the sky carried it. But now, the silence felt different. Dash 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 dot. Not empty, not distant, but full. If you listened carefully, beyond the hum, you could feel it, a softness, a presence. The silence was not just what remained when sound faded. Dash 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 dot. It was something of its own. Something complete. The hum continued, steady and endless. But it no longer filled the space. It existed within the silence. Dash 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 dot. Gently, like a single thread inside something much larger. The cars moved forward, their motion soft, their rhythm perfect, but even their movement felt quiet. Dash 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 dot. Not silent, but part of the silence. Nothing disturbed it, nothing broke it. The headlights glowed, clear, unchanging, but their light did not push the silence away. Dash 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 dot. It rested inside it, like everything else. The desert remained still, the sand unmoving, the air calm, the sky above stretched wide. Stars fixed, darkness steady, all of it held within the same silence. The longer you stayed, the more you noticed something. The silence was not separate from anything. Dash 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 dot. It was everywhere. Between the cars, between the lights, between each moment, even within the hum, it surrounded everything and gently held it in place. Dash 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 dot. There was no edge to it, no beginning, no end. It didn't grow, It didn't fade. It simply existed. Constant. The idea of emptiness disappeared. Because this silence was not empty. It was full of calm, full of stillness, full of presence. If you focused on it, you wouldn't find nothing. You would find everything resting quietly. The highway no longer felt like a place moving through the desert. It felt like something floating within the silence. Held. Perfectly balanced. Nothing pressing and nothing pulling away. The hum continued softly, but now it felt smaller. Not weaker, just quieter compared to the vastness around it. The cars continued moving, but their motion felt softer, almost like a gentle drift. The lights continued glowing, but their brightness felt calm. Not sharp, not strong, just present. Everything had settled deeper into the silence. The horizon remained in the distance, unchanged. But even it felt part of the silence now. Not something far away, but something resting quietly in place. The longer you remained here, the more natural it felt. There was no need for sound, no need for change, no need for anything to happen, because everything already existed within this quiet fullness. Time stayed wide and slow. Distance stayed fixed. Motion stayed gentle. And silence held it all. If you let yourself rest in it, you would notice something else. There was no tension, nothing waiting, nothing missing. Everything was complete. The silence was not something to fill. It was something to feel. To exist within, like a calm space that never closes. The highway where cars never stop was not defined by movement, or sound, or light. It was defined by this silence, a silence that was not empty, but full. And as the night continued, that silence remained, soft, endless, unchanging. Holding everything together, perfectly. Part 12. Part 12. The highway continued, endless, still, unchanging. The cars moved in their quiet rhythm. The lights remained steady and clear. The distance between everything stayed perfect. Time rested, wide and slow. The soft hum continued without beginning or end. The horizon remained far, never closer. The silence held everything gently in place. Nothing had changed. Nothing needed to. And yet, there was one final feeling. Not something new. Something that had always been there, waiting quietly to be understood. The end. At first, it seemed like a simple idea. Every road has an end. Every journey finishes. Everything reaches a point where it stops. But here, on this highway, that idea felt different. Because nothing stopped. The cars kept moving. The lights kept glowing. The sound continued. The silence remained. Everything existed without breaking. So where was the end? If you looked far ahead, you would still see the horizon. Unmoving, unreachable. But it was not an ending. It did not mark a finish. It simply existed. A quiet boundary that never came closer. If you looked behind, the same highway stretched endlessly. Lights fading into the distance, but never disappearing. There was no beginning. There was no ending. Only continuation. The idea settled gently. The highway did not lead to an end. It existed without one. And yet, there was still a feeling of completion. Not because something finished, but because nothing needed to. Everything was already whole. The motion did not need to stop to be complete. Dash 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 dot. The sound did not need to fade. The silence did not need to deepen. Everything already was what it needed to be. The cars moved endlessly. Dash 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 dot. But they were not going anywhere. And that was enough. The lights shone forever. But they were not guiding toward anything. And that was enough. Dash 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 dot. Time continued without moving forward. And that was enough. The silence held everything gently. And that was enough. The end was not something that would come later. Dash 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 dot. It was already here. Not as a stopping point, but as a feeling. A quiet sense that nothing was missing. Nothing incomplete. Nothing waiting to happen. Dash 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 dot. The highway did not need an ending. Because it had no beginning. It simply existed. Balanced. Endless. Whole. If you stayed within this moment, you would understand. There was no final destination. No last point. No closing. Only continuation. A calm, steady existence that never broke. Dash 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 dot. The hum continued softly. The lights remained clear. The cars moved gently forward. The silence stayed full. Everything remained exactly as it had always been. Dash 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 dot. And in that stillness, there was peace. A deep, quiet peace. Not because something had ended, but because nothing ever needed to. The highway where cars never stop was not a journey. It was a state, a place where everything exists together, without beginning, without ending. And as the night stretched on forever, nothing changed, nothing faded, nothing stopped. The end never came, because it was never meant to. It was already there, soft, complete, endless. And so the highway continued, just as it always had. Calm, quiet, infinite.